Okay, welcome to another quick credit report training tutorial. Now in this training tutorial, I'm going to show you how to break down the Equifax credit report. So this is the original Equifax credit report. It's not a credit monitoring report. It is the Equifax credit report that your customer or yourself receives in the mail after you send out your initial dispute round. Now, normally you want to break this credit report down before you start disputing any inaccurate information on your credit report or on your customer's credit report. Now, remember, the law gives us the right to dispute inaccurate, incomplete, and unverifiable information on the credit report. So what you have to get good at is spotting that inaccurate information. So once you spot that inaccurate information, then you want to jot it down, you want to highlight it with a highlighter, or however you record inaccurate information when you're studying your credit report, because you have to know how to study and understand what you're looking at on the credit report for inconsistencies, right? So you're looking for inconsistencies. So as you can see right here at the top, this is an Equifax credit report. And as you can see, they give you descriptions of pretty much everything. They're teaching you how to read their credit report, okay? So it's very important that you understand, that you take a look at what this all means. The same thing here. You want to understand the account history, the status code, the descriptions, all of this stuff. What does all of this mean? Now, by understanding this part, you will be able to understand this part. So, but for finding problems and inconsistencies, the first thing we want to do is we want to start on the left-hand side, okay? Now, we want to start on the left-hand side. So the first question you got to ask yourself is this my account? Is this my customer's account? All right. So that's the first question you have to ask your customer or yourself. Is this my account, or is this my customer's account? Okay. Then you want to just comb through the credit report, and you want to say, okay, the date open. Is this the correct date that this account was open? Yes or no? High credit. Is this the high credit? High credit means the most amount of credit that you were given by this creditor. So is this correct, or is this wrong, right? Should a credit limit be here? Now, this is a student loan, so there will not be a credit limit, all right? But you got to ask yourself these questions. If a credit limit should be there and it's not there, then that's a problem, right? The term. Is this term correctly? Is this a monthly thing? Am I paying monthly on this? Month's review, 42. Is that correct, right? So what you're doing is you're looking for inaccurate information, incomplete information on the credit report. So then it says transferred and sold. So who was it transferred to? Okay. And are you still reporting this negative if it was already transferred? See, if it's already transferred and sold, the student loan company can't continue to report this negative. And if they are reporting it negative after they transferred and sold it, then there's a problem right there. That's inaccurate reporting. All right. Over here, name, I think this item as of date reported. Okay, so we want to make sure, is this correct? Was this reported correctly? The balance, should this be 0? And if this was an amount here, would that amount be correct? Amount past due, this is 0. Date of last payment. Now this is the date that correlates with the statute of limitations for your state to determine how long a creditor can sue you. Now with student loans, they can go after you forever pretty much. Federal student loans, but with normal creditors, there's a statute of limitations in your particular state or your customer state on how long the creditor can go after you in court to collect this debt. Now, you're going to look at the date of last payment. When was the last time you made a payment? Or when was the last time your customer made a payment? And then you look at the state statute on that. Is it 4 years? Is it 3 years? And then you count back, right? All right. Payment account, that's 0. So you want to take a look at every status here. Date of first delinquency. Now this is the date that the account first went delinquent. Now this has something to do with how long a negative account will stay on your credit report, right? How long would this negative account will stay on the credit report? That's the reporting date. So date of first delinquency, that reporting date starts on the date of first delinquency. So the date this student loan went delinquent, right? So date of last activity. Date of last activity is kind of like date of last payment. It's kind of very similar. I don't know why they have the same indications there. Date of first major derogatory. What is this here? Charge off amount. All right, so this is just different information. Date close. You want to make sure that that status is reporting right? The date close. So you want to check everything here with yourself or with your customer to see if there's any problems here. All right, right here, status. Over 120 days past due. See, they're saying there's, so then where's the payment history? Where is it? Where's the payment history showing that, right? So you can't even tell like how many times you were late because there's nothing showing. So I will definitely dispute that. Over 120 days past due. This is installment loan. You want to check that. Educational loan, individual. You want to check this. Was it an individual or is it a joint account, right? Additional information. Account transferred. You see, again, account transferred. Student loan assigned to the government, 180 days or past due. So basically 180 days. So this account pretty much went into default. They sold this account. So even maybe this customer got this account consolidated. All right. But again, they can't be reporting. You can't still be reporting late when this account was sold. So let's take a look at Bank of America right here. So again, you want to ask yourself, is this my account? Okay. Or is this somebody else's account? Okay. What about this address? Is this address correct? Does this address belong to Bank of America? What about this phone number? Okay. What if you call this number and it's wrong, right? So then why is this inaccurate information reporting on the credit report with the wrong phone number? Date open. So you, again, is this correct? What about this high credit? Did you ever owe this amount of money or is this wrong, right? Years, the terms. You got to check the terms. The monthly. Review. Again, this is transferred and sold. Okay? This is transferred and sold. Again, what is this here? Reported date. You want to check that. You want to check date of last payment, which is 2013. Okay? 5 years ago, date of last payment. You want to be careful with disputing items past 3 years because, you know, even though account is negative, it still calculates into the credit score. So if you get something old deleted, like 5 years old, it can actually drop your score or your consumers or your customer score. Date of first delinquency. So this is the date this account first went delinquent, right? So again, this determines the statute of limitations on how long this account will remain on. Not how long the account will remain, but how much time does Bank of America have to sue you in court? If this is a revolving debt, right? How much time do they have to sue you in court for this? Again, you want to look at all this information here to determine, you know, what's accurate and what's is not. Date close, okay? This is the date it was closed. Is that correct? Again, status 120 days past due. So this is a mortgage. This is a mortgage. All right, additional information account transferred. All right, so look at this. Look at this. Account history. So they're reporting 2013 late, 2012 late. All right, so what I would do is I would just say, okay, well, when was this transferred? What is the exact date this was transferred? Was it transferred over after this was reported or before? I mean, if it was transferred after it was reported, then it's inaccurate reporting. You can't report if you sold it and you transferred. So the bottom line to the story here, when you're reading an Equifax credit report, as you can see, Equifax, TransUnion, Experian, all the credit monitoring reports are all different. So you have to be a master at finding out what's wrong with the credit report, and then you build your argument with the credit bureaus from there, right? What's inaccurate, what's not reporting right. The same thing with the creditors. The creditor sometimes can be reporting the wrong information to the credit report. So you have to reach out to the creditors and say, hey, creditors, this is not correct. You're not reporting the correct information on the credit report, and it's hurting my score. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this quick training tutorial on how to read a Equifax credit report. And this is the procedure that we use every single day in our credit repair company. And I want you to use the same procedure. I hope you enjoyed this quick training tutorial video.